can't afford the food, you can't afford to even, get your living expenses in terms of your accommodation costs. So for me, that I would say that has an influence, not just an increase, because more and more even students are actually coming over. So that's just one issue in one locality. That was fed back to Leeds Beckett University and said, hello, this is not our problem, you need to do this, right? So we have to throw it back to them, and then literally, just because of what was going on each week, that service has had to shut down, because how can you stop students coming? You couldn't. So they've had to change their processes because of what they were experiencing, so doing it in a different way now. So you have to vet them to some extent. So any clients that come in, you have to vet them, and then if they're not international students, okay, if they're a client who's living in Britain, struggling with the cost of living, then yeah, they can support them. But in terms of other migrants coming across, I've just seen an increase in the number of students coming across on paying half the fees to get here, and then they have to work to then fulfil their financial obligation at university, and literally they can't do it. So then what happens? They can't complete the semester. They're on the street. Now we've had one young man who's on the street living in a tent behind Milo Hort and Burley Road. He's a student, right? Where do I go? Where do we go with this? This is the problem. And so we're gathering all the statistics. We're trying. There isn't any national statistics, really, to be honest with you. There might be local statistics. We are now lobbying for those people. We're lobbying with statutory bodies because thankfully, we've got a really good network. We've got the Leeds Migration Partnership in Leeds, of which it's made up of housing and migration. That's all these organisations that work together. We have to feed this through these migration partnerships, and we do get representation from local authority, like the Town Hall of We had to put a case forward for this to know the cost of local funds, and we presented this to seniors within local authority who represent social care, housing and the various departments. My question to them was, after presenting this to them, what protocol do you have in place for this? And what was the answer? I said, so hello, who's dealing with it? We're dealing with it. This is, as charity workers, as compassionate people, because you're doing your work because of compassion, about humanity, about humanity. But we're banging our head. I'm dealing with an emergency right now as we speak, and I'm literally banging my head against the wall because we're having to find funds to support these people, and it's getting worse over time. Literally, the migrants, so the care workers, we've seen a lot of it. Now, again, you have to get the evidence. Fizza was right about the fact that cash has been given, and we can't trail that back. But one particular family that I'm using as an example, they live in Hare Hills. The wife got the work permit for a care work. Husband and 3 kids have got as dependents. She comes and produces this letter, which is the care agency. They are sort of, they're not false, but they say, can you drive? No. Can't drive. Well, you need to drive this license because you need to go from one job to the other. Hello, how's she supposed to earn that money? So they give them 1 day's training, and as far as they're concerned, they've fulfilled their employment obligations. They've given her the training, but they can't offer any work because she can't move from one job to the other. So what happens? Now she's doing anything that she can do, whatever. They're living in a house in Hare Hills. The husband had a heart attack. NHS surcharge. When do you pay that? But I'm not sure, you see. Yeah, so for some reason, and I don't know what that surcharge covers either, because if he's had a heart attack and he's carried out a angioplasty, nothing's been done after that. And they gave him his medicines from the hospital, and they said you've got to take 6 tablets, of which one was 9.
So in terms of the fund that we've been
guess what? He didn't take it for 2 months. So he's starting to do it, and now because I have health
display care, specifically display
and I looked
care,
and I said,
that doesn't cover
but you
social
have to take
workers.
these medicines, you could actually have a heart attack. So I said to him, so why didn't they do your angiography? Why didn't they do an angioplasty? They did
Do
an
allow us to
angiogram.
look at
She said,
exploited
my
workers as
arteries are
well.
blocked,
So
and I don't know. This is the other thing we need to find out. What does the
if
NHS
your
surcharge
sponsor
cover?
has lost their
Does it just
ability
cover an initial assessment? Does it cover so many operations or procedures? I don't know.
Now, that's this one. Exploitation, we put another 50% out, so we're including these people. A big chunk of it is people who don't get the care hours. So you've got a contract 40 hour week. Mercy would say this is what it's